We are live. So, this is Master Kambai. Welcome to this new replay commentary. I got a guest with me today. You can now present yourself.
Hey everybody, it's Mr. Cannon here, aka Semi-Original Guy.
That's good.
That's
So,
about that. That's about it. Nothing else.
so that's not your first time on my channel. Some people may have forgotten you, but the last time we played, I think I was Flack and you were Jess. Am I right?
Yes, I know I was Jess for sure. I'm pretty sure you were Flack. Yeah, that was an interesting one.
It's been a while
Luck
now.
rolls for life.
It's been a while now. So we are back here. Um, so why did you pick Ark here?
Well, the whole reason I picked Hawk is because I normally never pick Sasha. So yeah, I don't know. Hawk is just one of my go-tos, right? I mean, I like his co-power, I like his super, I like the 10% firepower bonus. And on this map, I just figured it was gonna be okay, but I guess we'll find out, right?
Yeah. So what were your first thoughts when you have seen that map I picked in the recent maps?
My first thought on this map,
Yeah.
well, I thought that the black boat over the base was kind of interesting, for one thing. Because, I mean, there's two different strategies you can go about that, which is pretty much building either one one artillery unit to take it out, or two to take it out a little bit faster. But aside from that, the map is pretty standard. It's very open in the middle. And it's very clear cut, kind of like whose properties are who, right? So, all in all, I do kind of like the map quite a bit. You think that the HQ is kind of open here, right? But it's actually fairly well defended because reinforcements from the base is here on the left and right side. But aside from that, yeah, it's a good fog map, in my opinion.
I share the same thought. The moment I've seen that black bolt blocking that base, I was like, oh, this looks like an interesting one. Let's do this.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, it took me a day or so to actually realize that it was a base underneath there too. So I was like, oh, interesting. Should probably take that out.
I always knew it because I ate light base, and there's no way I would pick any map that is currently light base. I need three base. It's not fun light base. So I knew there was a base there.
Yeah, personally, I'm not really a huge fan of light base either. Three bases is usually my go-to one. Three base in an airport
Yeah.
makes for very interesting combat.
So me, I picked Sasha because Sasha is fun. Because nobody plays Sasha because she's probably the weakest tier 1. But she's still very fun and very strong because she basically beat anyone under 1. So yeah, she's the weakest out of 1, but she's the most fun, I think. She's unique and she's like, what if Colin was like not broken?
That's essentially what it is, right? I mean, she
Yeah.
gets the dual strike ability where you get the 100 extra funds, right? I'm pretty sure in dual strike there's a skill that you can put on where you get that too, but
Yeah.
Sasha just gets it normally.
And
And yeah, on this map it's really cool too, because I think it's I can't remember. I think it's 15 properties or something like that on each side, right?
yeah.
So you get almost 2,000 extra funds or 1,500 extra funds once you have all your properties capped. So
Yeah.
that goes a long way.
That's funny because I realized yesterday I was having, I think it was Starflash as a guest yesterday, and Starflash basically told me Sasha is only good when there's 20k on each side and more. So in this map, technically speaking, Sasha is awful. And this is funny because I didn't know it, and I will consider that aspect of Sasha in the future, and it's mainly because when it's 20 buildings, she get extra 2k. So this is why she is much better when it's more than 20 buildings. But under 20 building, I think she's still like valuable because I thought it was a good idea to pick her, you know. But after what Starflash told me, I will consider playing her in some maps and not playing her in other maps. Now, with that being said, I think you have mouse control, right?
Do I? Let me see. Nope, not yet. No.
Okay, I will give you mouse control.
But yeah, Starflash is a very, very good, very experienced player. So
He
if
is
he says
really
it,
strong. He is really strong. That's
yeah, if
funny
he
because
says it, then it's probably true.
that's funny
Um,
because he did one of the worst opening in Fishui, and yet he still won.
well, it's actually amazing because, like, even if you do a poor opener, I mean, if you have just that much map knowledge and experience, right? You can pretty much turn anything around.
Yeah, and that's funny because even during our replay, he is the one that not just it was terrible. I knew it was kind of bad because you know Fishui, you know which map I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He basically tried to deny me one of my building on my strong side, like a lot of player do, and it's bad because usually you lose the in the unit count on your weak side because there's no way you can deny it if the strong side take the first strike, forget it. The weak side will not be able to deny that building. It's just a delay. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. I think that's actually what ended up happening here on this map too. Is I just lost a little bit too much on one side and didn't work out too well. But yeah, no, that's interesting. And actually, just kind of before we start here, just going back on the Sasha thing, like 20K for sure. But even if you have like 15K funds, that means like every 2 turns or something, you can build a better unit too. So it's
Yeah,
just a little bit easier to tech up. And plus, with Sasha, especially going up against somebody like Hawk here, um, because Market Crash is such a low cost co-power, I mean, she pretty much makes it so Hawk can't use his co-power at all. And every like turn or every 2 turns or something, she's going to get like that 10% defense increase because of her power as well,
yeah,
which completely negates Hawk's day-to-day offense
yeah,
also. And that just stacked in with the increased funds. It's a pretty deadly combo. She's super good, like against like Von Bolt in that sense too, right?
yeah.
But Von Bolt's like day to day with like the 10% for both attack and defense. It's
Von
you
Bolt,
can
it does piss him off a lot, Market Crash, but I think Von Bolt day to day is enough to don't really mind that Market Crash here and there because anyway we'll have better day to day anyway. So I think like early in the game, Sasha can really piss off Von Bolt, but at some point if there's a stalemate, if nothing moves around, I think Von Bolt usually overwhelms Sasha because it just has better stats. And based on experience, it's good to have more units like Sasha and Colin, but on longer game, better stats is what makes you win.
yeah, essentially if somebody like Von Bolt can just last past let's say like the 20-25 day mark, like their odds of winning go up
Yeah.
dramatically. So that's wonderful. All right. So, yeah, I guess we can go ahead and get started here then, eh?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, you were the first one. Just going with those standard infantry builds. And I pretty much did the same thing. I ended up going for this property first. Oh, well, let's see here. Yeah, so you did the exact same thing too. You went for that property. Makes a lot of sense to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I went back for the airport first too. So I'm curious to see what you ended up doing. Yeah, you went for the airport too. All right, perfect.
That's funny because I also fought Go 7 with Sasha, and I learned so much with Go 7, and later on the game I will I will implement what I learned from Go 7 with Sasha because he's great with like any seal. You know Go 7, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think
He
everybody on the site knows who Ghost 7 is.
he is really strong, and I learned so much from him. It's just crazy. I will get him back some other day, but yeah, I when we started our game here, I didn't play it against Go 7 yet, but at some point in this game, because this game took like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, at some point I had Go 7 around. So right after Go 7 showed up, I implemented what Go 7 told me about Sasha.
Well, so it's like halfway through the game, you just suddenly got like all this game knowledge, and you were like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna use that."
yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. You know what? It is incredibly valuable to actually play against really good players like that because you get to see all sorts of strategies you would never
yeah,
be able to see playing at your own level, right? So
yeah.
that's wonderful.
I think my Sasha has grown much better since my fight against Go 7.
Oh, that's wonderful. I remember when I first started on this site way back in like I want to say like 2008 or something like that,
Uh-huh.
because that's when I originally joined. The former like number one player, the ranking system used to be completely different,
Yeah,
but the former number one player was a player named Ben Bever, I believe, and I actually challenged him to a match way back in the day, and well, he ended up beating me, but I held my own for quite a bit of time.
yeah,
But he actually just told me a few like simple tips and tricks that like improved my game like a lot. But then I took a huge hiatus from the game and I
yeah,
forgot it all. So slowly learning it back. Okay, so actually, I had just noticed a main difference in our strategies here, and that's kind of like what I was talking about before. You can either build the two
yeah,
artillery units or the one, and I think I opted out to just buy the one,
yeah.
and it looks like you got two here, eh? So
I wanted to get my base fast, so I took to Arteria. To Arteria, I was like, I have the money because I'm Sasha, and I don't really care. So let's just have two artillery. And I think this also goes back to our day to day because of all the captures. I was able to have that early artillery followed by a tank. And if you would have done the same, I don't think you would have the money for a tank.
well, I'm doing my turn here, and I still have 1,000 left, and I bought a tank on this turn. So I could have actually gotten the second artillery here, and actually, like looking over the map and thinking about it again, I think the second artillery is definitely the way to go to get this
Yeah,
base quickly.
yeah,
Um, Especially because this is your strong side, right? So once you actually get that and start funneling your units, you can send them down here, maybe reinforce the center a little bit, and then this side technically, I would say that you shouldn't even really get past this little section right here.
yeah.
But yeah, we're going to see that I definitely did not listen to my own advice. So, okay, cool. Yeah, so pretty much like our movements are like identical with all these infantry here. Like you moved here, I moved there, like that's all perfect. I didn't really see like any different moves that you could do to get the properties any quicker. Although I forgot about this property up here for like quite a bit of time. What happens when you're playing on mobile when you're supposed to be working? So you tend to forget some things, but you know that's okay. All right, cool. So yeah, you got a good chain going on here, so you'll be able to capture that, capture this. Next turn, you can capture this one. This guy will be able to go here. This guy will go here. So beautiful chains going on.
Yeah,
Okay, and yeah, this is like the only difference between these two is like just because I have a little bit more firepower, I got the 6 instead of the 7. But you're still going to get it faster because you have the 2 artillery, right? So Okay. And I decided to like skip this too because I figured that combat wasn't going to start very quickly, and I was just going to capture it with this guy afterwards. And I wanted to get these cities first, I believe. That's what my thought was.
That's kind of cool. I should have done the same, but I
I
didn't.
can't. Yeah, I can't remember who I was watching, but I was watching somebody. I think it might have actually been DPSI in one of his replay commentaries he was doing, where he was saying that an immediate capture on the comm tower is not necessary right away until you know that like fighting is going to start, because funds are more important than a comm tower at that point. At least I think it was DPSI. If it wasn't, I apologize. But so I
Maybe
think
it
it
was
was.
Kanbai. That's something Kanbai would say.
It might have been, but I watch DPSI stuff quite often, so I think it was probably him. I think. Don't quote me though.
Maybe both of them
All
are
right, yeah.
saying it.
So my
Maybe
well, I
both of
mean, it
them.
seems
Maybe both of them
yeah,
say
for
it.
sure. Yeah, they could for sure. Yeah, so my black boat is gone, so now you have access to that. Like 2 turns in advance from me, so yeah. So anybody playing on this map, that's the play to do. Would 100% suggest that. Actually, in hindsight, you know what you could have did is, or what I could have did is, I could have built a tank here, and then I might have actually been able to destroy this, or hit this with the artillery, and then hit it with a tank and destroy it, and then be able to send it forward. But I think that might have been up to a luck roll, right? So
Yeah, but you're Aug, so maybe it could work.
possible. All right, so just moving ahead a little bit here. So, okay, so yeah, that definitely would have worked because I took it down to 1, but I didn't have a tank there because I'm silly, right? So, didn't work out. that's okay though. All right, so yeah, I think this was one of my mobile turns that I was thinking of, right? And I wasn't even really thinking, and I was like, I'll just send this guy up here. And it's like, no, should have went there. Definitely a mistake. And making little mistakes like that, like especially against Sasha, where her funds are like higher than yours normally, it's like, yeah, no, you need every dollar you can get.
Agreed.
All right, so yeah, so this was kind of a bold move by me too, moving it into this forest, because I saw that this guy was here, right? But okay, this was my thought here. So I knew that you had 2 artillery down here because that was the only way that you could destroy this. So I figured that you didn't build a tank here, but you did. Like, I figured you might have built a tank on this side, but, I probably should have just known.
You know why I did that?
To kill things.
Not just that. I built a tank on that side. I did build a tank on that side because remember DJs had some old videos from like I think January or February, I cannot remember, but he was speaking about having one big dead ball and like throw most of your force in it and just have a few troops on like your other side. You don't have your ball, and I wanted my ball to be on my strong side. Usually I do it on my weak side, but this time around I was like, I will try to play like a normal human being. I will have on my strong side being strong. So this is what I did, like tanks to artillery recon. I think it's quite stronger than my weaker side, and that was the plan here.
Man, God forbid you play like a normal human being, right?
Yeah.
No, that's incredibly smart. Well, let's see how big that death ball gets at some point here. Because if I remember correctly, I haven't actually watched this replay, but yeah, we're gonna see it. It's gonna be good. All right, so yeah, moving ahead here. Okay, yeah, so this is like the biggest mistake that I made. Well, the first of a chain of really bad mistakes. So I went to go attack this infantry, and I don't know why I did that because I would normally never do this, right? But for some reason, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to take the shot. Whatever. It'll be fine. No. Tanks should probably, like 90% of the time, never just attack an infantry, especially an infantry on a city. Because 90% of the time, this right here is usually just a bait. 100%.
Now,
So
I've got a question for you. Were you at work while you did that weird play? Because
like
the moment
100%.
I've seen that, I did laugh my life. I was like, "Is he serious? What's going on here?"
Oh no, 100%. Like I would say at least like 80% of all these turns were taken at work. I'm just kind of looking down at my phone every once in a while, just being like, yeah, I can get a couple moves in here. So no. Make sure when you guys play that you play when you can actually pay attention. So 100%.
What a cute
All right,
infantry! Let's shoot it.
It's like, what does that infantry think he's doing here? Get out of here.
Go home. Retire. Get your pension.
Exactly. So now, so it didn't really make too much of a difference. But at this point, so I have 19, you have 18, but the only reason for that is because I built an air unit too, right? So if I didn't build that air unit, I would be like even with you as player 2. So technically I should be like a little bit ahead, or I should be more ahead than I am.
Yeah.
And that's completely is chalked down to this slow base. So yeah, get that base as soon as you can, guys. All right, so we're going to see how bad this is right here, because I'm pretty sure this is going to be bad. Oh, yeah, wait. This is smart too, putting all your guys in a line over here on this side too. Oh, so the attack didn't happen this turn. I thought it did. See, okay, so at this point, I might have just had that false sense of confidence too. It's like, oh, he's backing up. Oh, maybe I can like go forward.
That was the intent, because I was like, I don't know what he has. I won't just throw my unit there. I need to show I learned from my mistake to all of these good players that just came in and helped me out to improve. So I just removed my infantry to not lose a unit for the sake of losing the unit. And I wanted you to be overly aggressive.
Well, it worked. I'm pretty sure I was just hungry for blood, you know? So, yeah, so this is kind of like the same thing that I just did too, right?
But I will kill it. I mean, I think I will kill it.
Oh, but you did get 2 attacks in too, so that's good.
Yeah, that's why I attacked you. I don't leave any survivor. When you attack, kill them.
Yeah, no, that's smart. See, this was good too, but like this would be super good if I didn't have this infantry here.
Yeah.
But all in all, like, yeah, that was a good push right there.
So this is the turn I think I started implementing what Go7 told me. Build a lot of air unit as Sasha, because you got more money, so you want more unit count. You don't necessarily want to take up too fast, but if you outnumber your opponent and then you take up, it's a good game plan as Sasha.
Mm-hmm. No, 100%. I mean, that just comes with the extra money, like you were saying there. So yeah, if you can build it, then just build it and send it out there. That's the way to do it. This is a cool death ball right here too. So yeah, like this is really, really good because there's like absolutely no way I'd be able to attack this too. And you got the tank on the city, which is fantastic. This tank, well, he's on the road, but I mean, he's defending, right? So there'd be no way I'd be able to attack that.
And there's
So,
two artillery, so if you dare to attack that tank, you lose whatever that attacked it.
oh yeah, and even if I decided to try to attack like the anti-air or something, I mean, there's no way I'm gonna get past this hidden trap right here. And this is really cool too because I don't know if you actually checked the vision on this tank or not, but you
I
like
checked
literally
it.
kept, yeah, because you kept everything out of vision too. So that was super smart.
Usually I don't check, but this time around I was like, the first time you crushed me, you embarrassed me, I knew you were better, but not that much better, you know? So I was like, this time around I will have a show up.
That's actually like kind of debatable though. Like I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm like better than you at all. I think it just kind of sometimes just comes down to like luck.
Why
I
did
would
you
just
do
say that.
this? Why did you jump my build?
Well, because I wanted it. I was like, yeah, he's got nothing. I'm going to take that building. So yeah, that was a mistake too. That was pretty much just getting greedy.
Nice giveaway for real. I liked your gift.
Oh yeah, yeah, no problem. So yeah, mistakes were made with this one here. Yeah, and this tank moving up to attack that infantry was not a good plan either. So like all in all, like pretty much every single move that I made in this entire game was just a mistake. So, but that's okay because sometimes it's good to make a lot of mistakes because you can learn from them, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully I learn from these ones. But probably not. All right, so that's when you activated Market Crash too. So now I have no co-power. And it's really good because you're keeping everything together, right?
Yeah.
And you got vision on this battlecopter, so you're moving your anti-air away. So that's okay. Now you have a battlecopter coming up here. And I mean, technically you don't know if I have any air units coming up here, so I don't know if you ended up buying another one, but let's see. Okay, so you bought one on this side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would have kept this one like over here, like sort of in the back, just in case I had air units. But other than that, like, it's not a bad idea. If you put them in the center, it's really good defense or zoning for almost the entire map too. So, well, it's good. Yeah, and you can see already, like your unit count is like way ahead of mine. Unit value is way ahead of mine too.
Now I just realized something. There's no team. Just let me like have some Sasha team or Ock team. Which one do you prefer? Ock or Sasha?
Ooh. Just go with Sasha. I think people can see that Sasha is definitely winning this one.
Oh, this is pretty high. I need to pull it down. Just let me do stuff for now. Sometime for a sake, man. And I also realized something else. Is it fine or it's not? It was actually fine. Wow. Okay. You can now keep going.
All right, let's dive a little bit further into this Slaughterfest.
Slaughterfest.
All right. So on this side, at least, I'm pretty sure I start to play a little bit smarter. Because, like, I'm like, all right, yeah, this is, like, not going very good for me, so I gotta, like, smarten up. And see, I really don't know what I was thinking, because normally, like, I would never, like, go in like this, necessarily. Especially not without backup, right? So doing all this without backup, like, I don't know what I was thinking. But either way, not important.
Why so this is went there blind. Why?
Oh, because I saw this tank, right? And I was like, yeah, I could probably just attack that tank. But then I saw all this, and that's when I realized, like, yeah, I think I lost this match.
When I was seeing this, I was like, "What is going on? Where is Mr. Cannon? Did he left? Did he pass the controller to his brother or sister?"
You know, I just left the AI on, and it was going.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah, and this is like just so bad. Such a juicy attack right here. Boom.
Now
And
the
see,
now the
see,
floor is clean.
oh yeah, and actually you did a really good thing over here too by not even bothering attacking here. Because you did so well attacking this side here that you don't have to even engage this side. Because at this point now, like, your entire fight is pretty much over here. So super smart.
And I knew if I
And
would go
yeah,
there, I would lose because this is my weak side, and this is your strong side. And I committed so much on my own strong side that there's no point for me to try bothering your strong side.
no, and 100% that is a smart idea. Like, the way that I see it is if you are winning on one front, then there's not really too much point to attack on another front. Because if you could just win that one front and hold the other front, then, I mean, you win the game, essentially. So I knew that I lost pretty much everything over here. So I decided to do a front shift with all my units over here, and I'm going to send them over here. Because for some reason, I have a feeling like you didn't really have too much coming here, or you weren't going to push forward. So I figured that if I just had a couple face units here and then send the rest of them over here, I might be able to counter whatever you were about to throw at me.
This is a good
That's my thought process on that.
That's a good thought process. I like it.
Yeah, but the only problem with that is you had this recon here, so you managed to see me shifting all of my units over, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you can see like 2 or 3 units, like big units, moving over, then you can pretty much just make the assumption like, okay, yeah, he's moving. So then, you know, you can just go ahead and do the same thing yourself. So at this point, you're just remaking that death ball too, and like, that's like, whew. It's like, how do you even attack that, right? Yeah, and you're starting to tech up. You're building the medium tanks too, which is fantastic. I mean, last turn I built a medium tank for myself also, but I'm also Hawk, right? With only 18,000 funds, so I mean, yeah, technically I could build like a medium tank, like 2 infantry every turn, but yeah, it's like, is it 100% worth it? Probably not.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, just kind of moving a lot of my guys over too. Move this guy over here just so I can try to get vision down here a little bit. Don't really see anything, right? So, just fearing the worst. Worst is yet to come. And I'll tell you, like, I've managed to struggle my way out of some really bad situations, but like this one was just way too bad. Like, I've stretched some games out to like day 50 just to be able to win. But yeah, no. That's mostly in League though, because I'm just stubborn as hell.
I feel you. We are the same. Sometimes I know I lost, but I still keep going. It's rare, but when this happened, I really want my win.
It's a Canadian thing, I think.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is cool too. So you had a choice of either coming over here, going over here too, and pushing the center, because you know that you want these 2 properties right here, so you're reinforcing that. So great moves.
I know if I get much more money than you, there's no way you can stop me because I'm Sasha and you're Hawk. So I'm like, I just need more money. That's all I needed.
Well, that's the thing too with Sasha. It's like if you flip like even 2 properties, then it's pretty much over.
Yeah.
It's like 2 properties is just like too much when it comes to Sasha.
Like, I didn't thought I would get all of the building I tried to get, but I wanted you to use unit to stop me from getting your building. That was the whole point of me. Because at that point, I knew I had a better unit count than you because you were scared on every front. So I was like, I will push everywhere where I can. So I force you to use your resources to like try to deny me the caps, and that worked.
Oh yeah, and I used like every single possible unit that I pretty much had. I mean, I moved all these guys down here, right? And even like I put my artillery in the front line too. Mostly because I was hoping you were gonna like toss some units over here in the area, but and see, I went to go attack this recon too because I was hoping to one-shot it. Like I think when I looked at the calculator, there was like a small chance that I could one-shot it. Like I think it was like something like 90 something to like 102. If I'm not mistaken.
With Og and one tower, I think it's like 90 to 101. I think it's the numbers. We can pull
telling me there's a chance. Actually, yeah, let's see. I think there might have been a chance. So let's just do that, and let's do that. But this should be 10.
Oh, it's actually
it was 1 to 99.
I was actually surprised. If you just did a bit of chip damage, would have killed it.
Yeah, maybe. Like the recon might have actually attacked something before and taken chip damage too.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what I was banking on. But I knew that like there was a pretty good chance that it might kill it, but it didn't work. Nothing worked out in my favor in this one. But that's the way it goes sometimes. Alrighty. Do we got anything else that's interesting on this one? So artillery gets taken out. Market crash gets activated. This is kind of actually a risky attack here too, because I think you had vision on these guys, so you knew you were going to lose a few things, but I think maybe because you had like the unit advantage, you were kind of willing to lose these units. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. I think one of the things that I was doing when I was playing this is every once in a while I would check the statistics to see like kill-death ratio. Yeah. And I saw like how many kills I had and how many deaths I had, and I was like, yeah, I'm assuming he's probably got like upwards to like 30 units right now. Like at least. And I was like, how am I gonna take my 16 units and take out 33 units? It's like, could be possible. Is it possible? You never know. But you know what? Like, I don't know. I enjoyed the struggle, right? So I'm probably always gonna like just put myself through the struggle just to see how it happens or see what happens. Because I think like, is it day 15 right now? Yeah. Okay. So I'm pretty sure from like day 14 onward, every single turn I played, I was like, am I gonna resign this turn? Nah, I'm not gonna resign. I'm gonna do it.
Actually surprised to see the game going this long. I was shocked. I was like, he is as stubborn as me sometimes.
You know what? Actually, I just kept on telling myself after like these days, it's like, do it for the content, man.
I feel you.
So every single turn is just do it for the content at this point.
by day 11, when I fight the top players, I'm like, okay, I already lost. And I'm right, because when we go over the replay commentary, I'm like, oh, that's where I lost. But yet, we keep going until 15, 18, and I'm like, okay, there's no point on beating more than that horse.
Oh, exactly. You know what? I find whenever you play somebody that is far out of your league or your class, it's usually anywhere between like 11 to 14 days is when the match is over.
Yeah.
So if you can find out a way how to survive longer than like 14 days against like a really good player and still be like, you know, somewhat standing your ground, I'd say that you probably improved.
Or sometimes it's just a map.
That is true. Like I remember a long time ago, I was playing in a tournament and I actually made it to like the semifinals somehow. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. And like I beat like two really good players somehow. Actually, one of them was like a guy called Super Potato. I managed to beat him with like a Sammy HQ cap out of nowhere. And I was just like, yeah. So that happened. But then I think this was like back in like 2017 or 2018. There's a guy going around. I think his name was Blinkwinkle or Blickwinkle or something like that. Pretty sure that's what his name was. Anyways, he has like a lot of tournament wins. Like he was pretty much like dominating the tournament scene at that point, and I had to fight him in the semifinals. And I don't even understand how this happened, but okay, so I had units like all down here, and like everything was looking good, and he had some units up here, and it didn't even look like anything was happening with these units. I end my turn, he takes his turn, I go back to the map, all my units are gone, and I'm like, this is interesting. Day 12? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But that guy was an amazing player.
Despite
Definitely up there.
Using this one, you actually used a few weird strats, and I was surprised. I was wondering if it was because you were losing, or if it's because that's the usual strat you sometimes use. So we will get back to it when we see more of that. But I already see that starting right now with some units you bought last turn. You know, the unit I like to trash a lot by the
Oh, this
pirate
little guy.
team. Yeah.
You know what? I usually won't buy these guys, but at this point, so the real reason why I started buying these guys is because there's no way that I could keep up the tank game, right?
Yeah.
So I bought the mechs, and I'm like, I'm just gonna send mechs. You know, if he sends his tanks up, I might be able to just like do a bunch of chip damage to him, and you know, it'll be fine. Everything will be good. You know, I've been stealing funds from Green Earth for like the entire campaign. You know, I got Eagle crying in the corner. Drake's like stuck in a boat somewhere. Jess is like in a bunker. Like, I got lots of money. It'll be fine. That's the Hawk mentality for you.
We need to do more of these. I forgot how much you're paying.
You know, I try sometimes. But yeah, no, like normally, like, no, mechs are like a no-go for me. Like, what does D just call it? Like a cardinal sin or something? Yeah, it's like, no, I don't do it. But for this one, like, you know, for the content, right?
Yeah.
I was just like, Tim, maybe he's not going to expect like a giant army of like 15 mechs. Okay, so at this point too, like, okay, yeah, I do see both of these medium tanks here too, and I'm trying to think of a way how I can destroy them. So, because I have an injured medium tank and one fresh medium tank, so it is possible, but it's probably not going to happen. But we'll find out. Actually, I'm pretty sure I do okay against these medium tanks. I think I figure out something. Okay, yeah. Actually, let me just go back for a second here. So, okay, so I have 16 1,600 funds. Why did I buy 2 mechs this turn? Did I buy a battlecopter too? Okay, yeah, that's the thing. So my plan is just battlecopters and mechs. That's all I got. That's all I got going for me. So it's like I'm just gonna just send them. The mechs are to take out the anti-air when they take out my battlecopters, and the battlecopters are just there to just look pretty. That's pretty much it. And you're just like continuing with that relentless attack too, right? So that's just like,
Yeah.
woo. Ooh, and then we got more battlecopters coming in, and I only have 1 anti-air unit. If you actually managed to hit this anti-air unit too last turn, like that would have been like absolutely it too, because there I would have no counter to the battlecopters for quite a bit of time, I believe. But the fortunate thing is, I'm pretty sure this turn is the turn when I finally get a co-power. It only took 17 days, but I got a co-power, and the second I got it, popped it, because I would never get it again.
And that was actually your best turn ever, and I thought at that point you actually flipped the table because I didn't know how big was your army, and I didn't realize you were starting to make spam out of despair. So I
Yes,
thought
you always.
actually flipped the table at that point, and I was kind of shocked.
Yeah, you always keep your desperation mech spams hidden until the very last minute. Otherwise, your opponent can smell the weakness. All right, yeah, same thing. So just battlecopters. Well, no mechs this turn, but I built a recon because I have no vision. I'm just like, I gotta at least see something that's going on. But yeah, I was pretty happy about these 2 attacks here, being able to do quite a bit of damage to those guys. So that was nice. I considered that a win in my books. And then I think I actually, yeah, so I might have seen this guy coming because I think I might have like popped on at one point, and I just happened to see that guy take this guy out, and I was like, okay, good to know. Make a note of that, and then move on to the next turn. All right, so we just see a flood of blue coming in like some kind of crazy tsunami of death here, so... All right, cool. So yeah, mechs are doing some work. They got like 2 kills, so that's good. Pretty happy with that. All right, so I did manage to see this little opening here, so I took advantage of that. But that's about it. There's nothing else going on with that attack because I got nothing else to really back it up. And I was hoping that this was going to be killed by this, because I think I did have a possibility of doing that too.
Yeah.
I think the damage went up to like 20, something in the 20s, right? So I was hoping there was just enough like other damage to it that it was going to work, but no. But it doesn't even really matter, right? Because you have this battlecopter here still, so you can still see.
Yeah.
So fantastic. And I don't know if you actually like put the battlecopter here or a lot of the units that you've done because of the vision factor.
I wanted the vision, and I didn't want to push too far, because when you push too far, either an NTR will show up or another copter will show up and just shoot you down. So my battlecopter were for intel and also for aggression, because they are good at aggression, and obviously I had enough recon like that.
Yeah. No, that's actually one of the really good things that battlecopters can do, just because they're incredibly mobile. They are fantastic for gaining intel, like all over the map. And usually, if you have like a unit like a medium tank or something that could potentially die, It's really good to back it up with a unit like this, because if they do die, it covers the vision that you would have lost here, because the medium tank only has one vision. So it's pretty much completely useless on its own in fog. Like, it always needs something backing it up. So whether that be a tank or recon or whatever, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's see what happens. So, anti-air is down and attacks the battlecopter. Cool. And another market crash, so no more powers from me. Got the one and that's it. One and done.
At that time I was laughing, I was like, this was your last black wave.
We'll never get another one.
No, you don't get one.
Alrighty. So yeah, so now you are actually at that 20 building mark. So
Yep.
You said that was Star Flash that was saying that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so you can see like definitely like 2,000 extra funds just from 20 properties. So fantastic. All right, so even though I know that there's like a battlecopter here and artillery here, I'm pretty sure that you didn't have one in this area, or at least I was praying that you didn't have one there. So I went and took that attack. Now, I can't remember if this is the turn that I actually decided to be a little suicidal with this guy. No, it's not. Okay. At some point, I actually started attacking like medium tanks with mechs. I'm just like, yeah, just take them out. Do like 1 or 2 damage.
I remember that.
Okay, so actually, the interesting thing here is even though like you got a lot of properties, I did actually manage to get some unit amount back. I mean, not much, but I mean, I think I went up from like 16 to 21, so that's okay.
Yeah, your black wave was really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it did end up being okay. And then at this point, yeah, so I saw these guys here, and I'm pretty sure I saw this juicy target with this guy here, and I was like, yes.
Juicy.
I mean, but even though, I mean, you're still at 28 units, right? So, I mean,
yeah.
It's like you could probably lose all these units over here and still be completely fine. Although the one thing that you did do really good is you never really pushed up too far also.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some people, when they have the unit value or the unit number advantage, they'll get they'll get incredibly greedy and they will just send their stuff right to you. Like, I played a couple league matches where I've been behind on units and then they just send everything like right to the bases and they just get demolished because they have no reinforcements after a while. So, yeah, no, it's good that you kept a lot of them back. So, good moves.
I defeated the Olaf player with Kindle because of that. The guy like threw all of his units around my HQ, and I just rolled him out. I just like destroyed the guy, and my counter attack was so violent. He played another turn, and then he resigned after like 38 days. I was kind of shocked. He finally resigned instead of me just forcing his end.
Well, you know, he probably just knew that it was over. Had no chance. No chance at all. Oh, okay, so yeah, I didn't attack that guy with this guy because I had the artillery, so that was okay. I did manage to take all those 2 units, though, so that was okay. Okay, and yeah, I don't really know if you have vision on me at all, too, so... I wanted to make sure that I covered this guy here, and I covered these guys here. That was about all that was going on there. Alright, so I only have like Oh yeah, like Houdini up in the house, right? Like
Yeah.
all the time. Now these replays are like kind of wonky sometimes. I remember actually like one of my very first videos that I did with the replays. One of these guys like disappeared, and yeah, it was just a Houdini joke for the next like 5 minutes in the video. All right, so I only have like one anti-air unit too, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like I want to keep it alive, but like I pretty much had like no choice but to attack these things and get rid of them. I'm pretty sure. So I mean, like I know it's gonna die, but whatever. It served me well, hopefully. Ah, and there goes my medium tank. There goes everything. So yeah, potentially, if I had like maybe not attacked that and like pulled back a little bit, I might have been able to survive there a little bit longer, but
Yeah.
no, it didn't work. Pretty much ever since like what was that, like day 7 or 8 or 9 or whatever, when I made that first mistake down here, it's pretty much been a downward spiral from that point.
Yeah.
And another market crash. Another interesting thing about Sasha that some people might not know, but you've been doing the entire match, is when you're playing a Sasha, you kind of want to do your combat damage first and then use your market crash.
Yeah.
That way, your opponent won't actually get any additional power meter from the combat.
Yeah.
So
there's a second reason to it. Well, on my side at least. The second reason is you want to fill your own meter before you crash it.
yeah, no, 100% there too.
That's also why when you play Colin, you'd like to like fill your meter and then you do Gold Rush.
Oh, very, very good tip there, for sure.
I say that because I used to play a lot of Tier 0 games before I got addicted to Global League, and sometimes we had Colin Mirror, and I was always, or almost always, most of the time I was winning just because I was doing combat and then power.
Yeah, it's actually amazing like how a little tiny thing like that can actually improve your gameplay like quite a bit too. Just taking advantage of like those little mechanics. All right, so we got another market crash. I think that's like, what is that? Like market crash like number 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
No, that's quite.
Before we lost the count.
Oh my god! Yeah, it's just so many at this point. All
I
right, so I'm just gonna go.
Do you know Discord a lot?
Do I know Discord a lot?
Yeah, like, do you know if we can like have 3-person chatting like right now, like voice chat, at the same time?
I think you might have to do like a group call.
Okay, and is it working well or it's kind of bad?
I've never actually done it myself, but I'm pretty sure that you can do like a group call, or you can set up a room in your Discord, like a chat room, and then everybody can join it.
Yeah, yeah. I was wondering because after this this replay commentary here, the one we are doing, I have a stream plan with Advanced Warrior if he's still in, and since you're around, maybe we could do a free fall if he's up for it. We could do a free fall and we can have like a voice chat, like we play the free fall and we react to each other plays and we try to make it entertaining because this is usually like something we used to do a lot on Saturdays, Advanced Warrior and I. And yeah, I'm inviting you.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'll definitely think about it. I think tonight probably not going to work. Mostly just because I work like super early in the morning tomorrow.
Oof.
But perhaps like next weekend might work. So yeah, no, keep me informed for sure. That would be could be super fun. I've watched you and Advanced Warriors streams like a few times actually, and yeah, it seems pretty good. I'll have to bust out the old Andy and see how it goes. And like, I know that Andy is like, what's that?
Pew pew pew. Cultural infantry.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, the last few turns haven't really made too many comments towards it, but it's just, it's just been a slaughter. Things are just going down. So actually, I'm just gonna kind of just go a little bit quickly through these ones because mostly just a lot of shifting of units. So these ones, this match is like completely done. But like I said, for the content. So you just keep fighting for the content, man. Now, every single time I lose my line, I do remake it a little bit. Just trying my best to kind of hold the front there. Now, I moved this guy right here because, like, I had a feeling like maybe there was, like, a unit right here ready to cap my lab. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to put that there. Hopefully that'll, like, not lose the game for me, but there wasn't one there. So that was interesting. Actually, it was kind of odd because I was sort of expecting it after you cap this property that you would have one waiting here. But yeah, no, it didn't happen. But it was always in the back of my mind. I'm like, yeah, it's probably there. My biggest fear in this game is getting HQ capped. Hate it. It's like the worst feeling. It's the best feeling when you do it to somebody. Worst feeling when it happens to you and you're just like, really?
No, my HQ.
I know, it's like you had one job and you couldn't do it. You just have to defend the HQ, man. It's like, yeah. But you see, she had money. And you just couldn't do anything. Okay, let's see here. Yep. Lots of death going on, lots of terrible things. Game errors going on, lots of mechs being built out of desperation. I did manage to get you down to 25 units somehow. I'm not quite sure how that happened. But it happened.
At that point, I knew I won. So that's why I overextend and I do stupid stuff. I'm like, when will he resign?
He's never gonna resign. I'll resign when I'm dead. But yeah, all the way back down to 1729, right? So even when it looks like I get a little bit like closer, it's like, nah, it's not even close at all. All right, cool. So to 26, I'm pretty sure like this is like almost, yeah, okay, that's when the bomber comes in. Yeah, I remember seeing this guy. I was like, okay, maybe I could like just hold off with these mechs here, and then I see a bomber, and I'm like, I can't quite shoot that. Like a little bit too. It's like a little bit too high up there, man. But that's okay. All right, yeah, just pew 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 pew, and nothing works. Okay, perfect. All my mechs are like super injured. They're holding off there. We can see that I'm getting a little bit close to 1-2. So actually, this is okay. So my Black Wave 5 stars only needs 54,000 right now, and your market crash almost is the exact same amount, like 46,000. So yours went from like an 18,000 meter attack or power to a 46,000 one. So wow. Yeah, that just goes to show how many times you used it this match. Okay, so yeah, you finally stopped overextending and you started to pull back your units at this point. And that's when I was like, yeah, I'm going to capture that city now.
When I see that, I was like, wow, as stubborn as me.
Well, like I said, I knew that I pretty much lost this like way back in the day, right? So I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to keep being as bold as I possibly can. Oh, is this the last day? I think
No,
this might be the last day.
it's not. I know it went further. Maybe it has crashed.
Oh no. Well, I guess we'll call it a draw.
We can see the days here. Yeah, I knew it.
Oh yeah. It's almost over. Okay, so I'll skip ahead here. So yeah, the army is getting a little bit closer. Closer. Destroying more things. The flippin' death tsunami is coming closer. Oh, did I crash it again?
I think.
Alright. Okay, so nothing interesting happens on my turn. I just move my guys. And then you destroy 2 units. And then everything moves a little bit closer. And then I move a little bit. And you move a little bit.
Look at
And
my
now-
unit count.
Yeah, 42. I move a little bit, and you move a little bit. Then I move a little bit. And then I'm pretty sure this... No, okay.
I reached unit. I think at some point I delete my own unit to have more valuable units.
Alright, so this is when the last turn happens. So it's just like... lots of destruction happening. Units are exploding everywhere. There's a lot of letters that are going home. Just terrible, terrible times for the old. What is this army? Is it Amber Blaze? I think it's Amber Blaze.
Yeah, that sounds like it and looks like it.
Yeah, so even activates Market Crash again. Alright, so just a lot more things moved around. And yeah, so I logged on and I took a look at this and I was like... And I was like, I'm pretty sure I actually, like, when I looked at this, I was just like, yeah, I think this is winnable. I'm like, okay, so all I have to do is take out this bomber and I win. It's like, he doesn't have 50 units. It's impossible. And yeah, that's pretty much all I did. So I took up 5 units, yeah. Wasn't very good. And then, yeah, all the battle copters move in. And everything is dead. And you used Market Crash again, right? So I lost my power again. And then I'm pretty sure I was just like, yeah, okay, that's enough content. So yeah,
I think
killed 56, lost 83.
Oh, that's brutal. Oh my.
Oh yeah.
Oh my. I think you lost the moment you were greedy at the start of the game and you tried to steal my building there because I removed my unit. I think you lost at that point.
100%. So the moral of the story is, don't get greedy at the beginning, and don't take your turns when you're supposed to be working.
That's good.
No, but
stuff, man.
I think in general, like, this game compared to, like, let's say the last game we played, right? Like, I could see definitely you took a lot of the pointers that you've been getting with the other high level players you've been doing streams with.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can actually really see like the improvement in the game. So, like, congratulations.
Thanks, man. And that was very fun. I liked it a lot. I know you're working early tomorrow, so maybe we will cover the other one on Assassin, and the Global League game another day because you're working tomorrow. Except if you got more time, then it's great. But I don't want to hold you too long, you know.
Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. You mean like the game we just played on like Assassins?
Yeah, the one you basically won day 50.
Oh well, I mean Assassins like sucks. Actually, you know what? I don't know. It's not like super bad, but I'm not really a huge fan of like HQ rush maps.
Okay,
Like I like it. I like when there's like a lot of fighting that happens, and then an HQ cap could happen.
okay,
Um, but I mean, like, yeah, I could do like possibly do a comp or go over it with you like another time for sure.
okay.
But
Perfect, man. Is there anything you would like to plug?
um, let me see. I mean, I did actually just recently upload my Broken Test episode 5, I believe, which is the one where I went up against Colin.
I think I've seen it.
So
Oh yeah, the
yeah, so if you guys are interested to see like how stupid Colin is, which is Sash's little baby brother, you can go ahead and check that out. So yeah, other than that, not really too much. So hopefully I'll be able to see you guys in the Global League, and if I do, I won't be making that little mistake. I'll tell you that much.
Thank you for coming a lot. It's always appreciated. We have good time, I think, and that was very fun to play against you and to commentate with you. And you are always the welcome to come back. And if you want me on your stuff, don't hesitate to ask.
Oh, no problem. Like I said, it's my pleasure. But you've already actually joined one of my games that I plan on doing a video on, so
Yeah. So
hopefully it works out good.
yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. All the good stuff. Shortly, we will have a Advanced Warrior stream soon in a few minutes. If he is still on, if he still wants to do it. So stay tuned for that, and I wish a good night to all.